Our lives are the most precious assets we possess. Yet, with the rapid advancement of technology, distractions have crept into our everyday routines. In trucking, these distractions can be deadly. Among the most dangerous is the use of phones while driving.
Frightening new Dashcam video. It's an extreme case of distracted driving. A truck driver in Arizona, allegedly looking at pictures on his phone, crashes into police cars and emergency vehicles, killing one officer. That driver has now been charged with murder, and ABC's Lindsay Davis has the story.
Watch closely. That's 33-year-old truck driver Jorge Espinoza on the left of the screen, his wallet blocking the view of his dash camera. His empty fuel tanker is barreling down an Arizona highway at 65 miles an hour when the unthinkable happens. His 10,000-pound 18-wheeler plows right into 3 police cars and 2 fire trucks stopped at an accident scene. In one of those cars, Officer Tim Huffman, killed in the violent May 6th crash.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 3,308 lives were lost in distraction-related crashes in 2022.
Minnesota State Patrol is mounting a passionate offensive against distracted driving. It comes after the death of an Amory, Wisconsin man who was killed by a semi-truck driver who was on his cell phone. The horrific images of the crash show Robert Bursick's crumpled car on Highway 36 in Lake Elmo on Tuesday. The driver of the semi, 28-year-old Samuel Hicks, has been charged with 1 count of criminal vehicular homicide. As Esme Murphy reports, the entire crash was caught on camera from inside the truck.
The crash happened on busy Highway 36 right here at Lake Elmo Avenue just after noon on Tuesday. The impact of the crash was so severe that at first responders could not determine the make or model of victim Robert Bursick's car.
Moments are captured in video from the inside and outside of the cab of the truck. Court documents say the video shows Hicks looking down at his phone for a full 8 seconds while he was driving at 63 miles per hour.
I've seen the video, it's horrific, and it is difficult to dispute what occurred.
The State Patrol says in those 8 seconds, Hicks would have traveled more than 700 feet, or the distance of more than 2 football fields.
New details tonight emerging from the video of a commercial trucker driving off an overpass on I-75 because he was distracted by his cell phone. ABC Action News reporter Michael Paluska live tonight with more on the company. And Michael, I know that you've just uncovered a history of citations for similar violations, right?
Wendy, after we went online, we did go and we saw that this company has actually been cited 9 times for drivers using their cell phones behind the wheels, driving these huge Mack trucks you see behind me. They've also been involved in a couple of fatality crashes in the past couple of years as well. Investigators say dashcam video from inside the cab and outside shows Samuel Colon moments before he drove off the Interstate 75 ramp and onto Fowler Avenue below. Looking at the pictures from last week's crash would make you think the driver of the heavy dump truck didn't survive, but Colon did. Florida Highway Patrol investigators say he was a very lucky man. Hey, Mr. Colon. Hey, I work with ABC Action News. We tried talking to Cologne tonight, but we were told to leave the property. According to FHP, another driver cut off Cologne, which contributed to the crash. But because he was looking at his phone, Cologne couldn't react in time.
Well, it's a story about 8 seconds that forever changed the lives of 2 families. 8 seconds a distracted driver wishes he could take back. In a Minnesota Department of Public Safety video released today called 8 Seconds, One Fatal Distraction, Sam Hicks discusses the moments leading up to the fatal crash that took the life of 54-year-old Robert Bursick and the message he wants to share with drivers. On February 27th of 2018, Hicks was driving on Highway 36 near Stillwater when he looked down at his phone for 8 seconds after receiving a text from his girlfriend. Traveling at 63 miles per hour, Hicks rear-ended Bursick's car, which was stopped at a stoplight. Bursick was a husband and a father of 3 at the time he died.
We'll never get to see our dad again. And it's all because of the 8 seconds that Sam decided to look at his phone.
While I was driving, I got a message about a house that my girlfriend at the time was looking at. And I pulled out my phone to look at it, to see what she was talking about. I thought it would be fine. I thought nothing will happen. During those 8 seconds, the time went by so fast. I traveled a lot farther than I ever thought I would have. I looked up just before I hit the vehicle, and my truck went right on top of his car that he had and pushed him all the way through the intersection. And I got out of the truck as fast as I could, and I ran back to the car. By then it sank in fully that it was too late. I know in the future my family will get to have me back for holidays. But Mr. Bursick's family won't have him back for any future holidays. It's heartbreaking to know that happened, to know that I caused that, to know that it's my fault, that they won't get to enjoy another holiday with him. I can't say I'm sorry enough.
Distracted driving has contributed to 25 deaths on state roads and is one of the leading causes of traffic fatalities. Texting while driving has been illegal in Minnesota since 2008. The state added a hands-free law last year prohibiting holding a phone while driving.
America's truckers have played a huge role in getting goods across the country, but has the pressure to keep store shelves stocked led to danger on the highway? Every day, there are more than 5,500 accidents involving big trucks that lead to either death or injury. Can it be stopped? Here's Lisa Guerrero.
They're out of control. Runaway trucks flying down the highways, plowing into cars, obliterating anything in their path.
It's been devastating, completely devastating.
These folks share a terrible trucking connection.
A truck driver killed my 19-year-old daughter.
My entire family was killed in a tractor-trailer crash.
A truck driver injured me and killed my 10-year-old son.
Dexter Kalklager lost his wife and 3 children in a fiery crash when this menacing-looking truck with a Jaws decal slammed into their disabled SUV.
An SUV, but a big truck hit her in the rear. She blew up.
Like a semi?
Yes, ma'am. It's a semi. 18-wheeler. The driver is still in the car and it is on fire. It's burning big time.
He says he listened to their dying screams as their SUV was engulfed in flames.
I just remember my daughter said, "There's a big truck coming." It was just horrific. like nothing I could ever imagine.
I was told that she was killed instantly.
Experts say about every 15 minutes, a person is killed or seriously injured in an accident caused by a semi-truck. So what's behind most of these horrific accidents? We recently hit the highway with Trooper Anthony Emery of the Indiana State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division.
The number one issue is definitely speed.
Right away, his radar caught truck drivers putting the pedal to the metal. He pulled over Big Rig.
See your license registration, please.
After Big Rig.
We'll give you a warning on it, just actually slow it down for us a little bit.
This guy was clocked at 68 miles per hour in a 55. 68, that's dangerous, right? In a big truck like this.
Yes.
So you're not going to speed in the future, are you?
No. I'm just trying to run with the flow of traffic.
This trucker was also given a warning for speeding.
I wasn't paying any attention. I was trying to do my GPS, trying to get to a new place, and he said I was going faster than I thought I was.
And this driver was stopped for driving while using his phone. Do you think that it's dangerous for you to look at your cell phone for even just a second?
Yeah, probably.
We begin here at 4 with breaking developments. Manslaughter charges have been filed against a semi-truck driver accused of causing this deadly pileup on I-35 yesterday on Wednesday. Investigators say Tony Enward-Mata was looking at his phone when he slammed into 4 other semis and 2 cars stopped in a construction zone. 2 people were killed, including Conrad Rogers and a woman who has not been identified yet.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. "5 seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Shocking body camera video shows the aftermath of a deadly 6-car pileup, all caused because a semi-driver was watching TikTok.
I saw the brake light slammed on my brakes and the truck just kept sliding forward.
The video was just released, but the crash itself happened on January 12th, 2023 in Chandler, Arizona. After a lengthy investigation, Arizona officials determined Tyner had been on TikTok at the time of the crash. But long before that investigation could begin, dozens of first responders rushed to the scene.
The whole SUV is gone. So at least 2 people in that truck, and then whoever's in that SUV. I didn't even see the SUV at first.
No, those flames just, all I did was look down real quick, looked up, and they were all right there, and I slammed on my brakes, and it just,
okay.
Investigators later determined Tyner had crashed into several vehicles, sandwiching them between his semi and another semi that had come to a complete stop.
may have contributed to that deadly crash along I-65 in March. 10 people in a van and a semi-driver were killed. Steve Bergen joins us with new details on the investigation. Steve?
Vicki, the multiple victim crossover crash on I-65 in Hart County brought the National Transportation and Safety Board to Kentucky.
We'll be interested in what kinds of distractions the driver may have had internally or externally.
That's what Christopher Hart with the NTSB had to say a few days after the accident. The federal probe will not be finished for months, but a Kentucky State Police report has been made public. According to that report, the truck driver, Kenneth Lehman of Anniston, Alabama, was on a cell phone. Police say he was receiving and sending calls leading up to the crash. Lehman's tractor trailer crossed into the wrong lanes, struck a van, and slammed into a rock wall. The van was carrying a group of Mennonites, most of them members of the same Kentucky family. They were on their way to a wedding in Iowa. The state police report goes on to say another driver traveling behind Lehman's semi estimated the truck's speed at 80 miles per hour. The roadway was wet, but investigators do not believe it was a factor in the accident. Even after crossing the median and hitting the van, the semi didn't slow by much. Investigators believe it hit that rock wall at speeds greater than 70 miles per hour, greater than the posted speed limit. 2 young children in that van were the only survivors of that crash. Steve Bergen, WLKY News. Thank you.
These are preventable tragedies, and it's time we take action.